Segueing now to international news. So we have a Chinese company, a ride-hailing company named Didi, is delisting from the New York Stock Exchange due to pressure from Beijing. So this is according to Forbes.com. Now, obviously, Didi is a very popular ride-hailing, similar to how Uber and is it Grab? Yeah, Grab works, and it's very popular in the United States. Now, obviously, for a company to continue to grow, they plan to expand their business by getting more investors, by listing or having their IPOs in different stock exchange, typically in the United States, whether in the New York Stock Exchange or somewhere else. But with recent accounts, or what do they call this, recent curtailing of the government, so many companies, in particular in China, are being dictated to be careful in terms of how they grow their business, in a sense. And the government is stating that there are security concerns here. So we'll take a closer look if the government has any merits to any whatsoever here. Okay. So as mentioned, it will delist from the New York Stock Exchange and prepare a public listing. So it will be shifting from different regions, from the United States all the way to Asia, in particular to Hong Kong. Obviously, there are pressure from the Chinese regulators, who are barred companies from signing up new users and ordered a cybersecurity probe into its practices here. Now, are there any security breaches that the Chinese government are focusing on? We don't know here. Now, is there any, because of the tension between the United States and China, trade issues are ongoing? One can only assume so much. But anyway, going to the article here. So the company had already officially mentioned this in the Chinese social media platform Weibo, after stating the decision was taken after careful research. Anyway, instead of so the question here is, what will happen to the shareholders who bought in the company here? So what will happen, instead of buying all out the publicly held shares, which could be costly, obviously, a move that would cost the company billions. So what they did instead, so they did delist from the New York Stock Exchange shares, while ensuring that they are convertible into shares by shifting to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange here. So whether that's beneficial if you're an investor here, could be problematic, but obviously there's always risk when you're investing, good sums of money here. Especially the ride-hailing giant noted that it will organize a shareholder meeting on the issue on the appropriate time in the future. Now, obviously, do you hold on to that share, or do you sell it ASAP? Anyway, citing a name source, Reuters previously reported that Didi's top executive were pressured by the Chinese regulators to come up with a plan for delisting over data securities. And I think it's not just China here who has concerns with data security or breaches here. Cybersecurity, I think it's a common problem, not just for small businesses but big businesses. And if there are data breaches that is occurring, and people can hack your system and get valuable information from the business itself, as well as maybe even your customers, could be detrimental. And obviously the trust from your consumers will be soured, and to the point of leaving your patronage and so forth here. Question here is it more than just cybersecurity, or is it something more sinister, or something, as I mentioned earlier, with the ongoing spat between the US and China relationship here? As mentioned, so the New York Stock Exchange, they were able to raise $4 billion, which is good news for them. But obviously, the Cyberspace Administration of China, or CAC, ordered mobile apps in the country to remove 25 apps operated by Didi and bar the company from signing up new customers. So meaning they don't want any more breaches happening, or they want to maintain the privacy of their existing customer base, which is kind of confusing here. But anyway, the question here is, what will happen to the company? Will they still be able to expand their businesses abroad, or will they be stuck only in the United States here? So only time can tell here.